A subtle wind whispered through the delicate lace curtains, carrying the scent of roses from the garden. The sun cast a golden glow on the worn wooden floor, the quiet testimony of decades of love and heartache. Eliza and Thomas, two souls weathered by time, sat at opposite ends of the room, separated by more than mere space. Their gazes met for a brief moment, a flicker of recognition dancing in the air, before each retreated back to their respective worlds. The flame of their love, once an inferno that consumed all else, had dwindled to the faintest ember. The years had brought their share of storms, and each tempest had eroded a little more of their bond. Now, with their children grown and gone, they faced each other as strangers tethered by the memory of a shared past. Every day they performed the same routine. Eliza would read her novels, losing herself in the pages of a love that still burned brightly. Thomas would escape into his workshop, crafting intricate sculptures as if trying to rebuild the fragments of their shattered connection. The silence between them grew deafening, and the only words they exchanged were polite whispers, devoid of the passion that once set their hearts ablaze. One evening, as Eliza turned the pages of her book, she stumbled upon an old photograph, tucked between the worn pages like a forgotten treasure. It captured a moment from their youth, their laughter frozen in time, their hands entwined like tendrils of ivy. A single tear traced a path down her cheek, the weight of all their unspoken words pressing down upon her. She sought out Thomas in his workshop, the photograph clutched tightly in her trembling hand. As she entered, he looked up from his latest masterpiece, startled by her unexpected presence. Without a word, she handed him the photo, the emotions she had long locked away now shimmering in her eyes. Thomas stared at the image, the memories flooding back like a wave crashing upon the shore. He glanced at his wife, her eyes pleading for a connection long lost. The burden of their silence had become too great to bear, and in that instant, something within him shifted. Together they ventured into the garden, the sanctuary that had witnessed their love blossom and wither. As they walked, they spoke of the memories encapsulated in the photograph. They reminisced about their first dance, the birth of their children, and the dreams they had once shared. With each word, the distance between them shrank, the ashes of their love beginning to smolder. Under the dappled shade of the ancient oak tree, where they had first pledged their devotion, Eliza and Thomas sat side by side. Their hands brushed against each other, a tentative touch that sent shivers down their spines. They looked into each other's eyes, the years of sorrow and longing laid bare, and in that vulnerability, they found each other once more. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of crimson and gold, their lips met in a tender kiss. The ember of their love, long dormant, burst into flame anew, a testament to the power of vulnerability and forgiveness. The years had changed them, molded them into different people, but in the garden of their memories they discovered that love could be reborn. It was not the same love that had first ignited their hearts, but a love that had matured like the oak tree that stood sentinel over their lives. And in that moment, as the wind whispered its approval, Eliza and Thomas fell in love again, bound by the roots of their shared history and the promise of a future yet unwritten.